Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to another part of my F1 Manager 22 career mode here for the Monaco Grand Prix today, the jewel in the Formula 1 calendar. This is going to be a rather exciting one. Seeing Monaco in this game, I think it's going to be a pretty cool spectacle, but we come off the back of an insane episode last time out, so if you haven't seen the previous part of the Spanish Grand Prix, then I implore you to go check it out, because that was the best race we've had so far, and that was the most fun we've had as well. We had our first ever safety car in the race, and we had a pretty epic result. It means that we have closed the gap a little bit to Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship, but if we go back ahead and look at the result that we just had, not at Monaco, at Spain, I mean, what a podium day that was for Valtteri Bottas. And Guan Yu Zhou, it was a shame. He could have been P4, but then Russell crashed into him. So that was rather annoying, but it is what it is. But we do have some improvements to make for our drivers, because I believe, yeah, we have one development point token for Theo Pourchaire as he continues to improve. I think I'm going to do reactions for him this time round. So overall rating now has increased to 72. That is pretty damn awesome for him and us to already get 1 point improvement, and he's still only 18. He's only done 3 practice sessions for us, so that's really, really awesome. So we're building him up, and to be honest, I think we're kind of preparing him, you know, unless something goes crazy differently, to take one of the seats in our main team, to be honest. Because I really believe in him as a future driver for us, especially because it works so well from real life. Like, Pourchaire is literally the Sauber junior driver in IRL. So the fact that we managed to sign him as the reserve driver for our team in the game here to replace Kubica a couple of episodes ago is just awesome for me. I think it's really cool to get that real life synergy going on and to basically live out Pourchaire's, I'm sure, F1 dream, you know, in a season or two's to come, basically. But till then, right now we're focused on our job with Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou. To be fair, Joe, if it wasn't for that crash with Russell, it would have been such a sick result for him, the best one yet, and would have actually, you know, finally vindicated everything that's happened over the last couple of episodes with our mistakes, etc, etc. But now our front wings, the ones that we're making, are being made at the moment. Let me actually just check the current project. So we've still got one front wing to be made, but that does mean we can start manufacturing the floor. We're designing a side pod, and we can start manufacturing the floor. So we're going to make a couple of these, because there have been, well, we'll make 3 of them, because they have been known to break in some of these free practice sessions. So it's going to be, you know, just under $500,000. If we rush it, it's going to take a little bit less to come in. 4 days in total. That's pretty good. Do we have 4 days until the Grand Prix? I think we do, so that may just come in time. Let's see. So we'll spend that money. So we've been splashing the cash quite recently, you know. We spent 20 million only last episode. But in terms of finances, you know, yeah, we spent a lot in April. But in terms of projection, we're still on. We're still pretty calm. And the upgrade has completed. The factory is done. Level 2 on the factory, that is going to be, remember, and now we've got the CFD and wind tunnel being developed. But that is amazing. So now we have a capacity of 3 on the car part manufacturing, and development speed has sped up also of that manufacturing as well. So it's kind of in line with the design center now. So that's a nice, just kind of an equalness between it, but also definitely would have hampered us a bit if we were trying to manufacture things at a kind of a higher rate there. So that's really awesome to get that complete. And the monthly upkeep, though, goes up by a little bit, but not too much, to be fair. That's pretty okay. And the effectiveness is 100. To be fair, the effectiveness, I haven't actually looked at the effectiveness of everything. Let's have a gander at our different... to be fair, a lot of our facilities are still 100% effectiveness. So it's really not that bad. Like, none of them need to be refurbished just yet. Obviously, I think that's more of a long-term thing. So unfortunately, we've got to Monaco, and it's a bit bad timing, because you can see we have to go to practice before this underfloor is made. The chassis gets made halfway through, so after Monaco, we'll definitely have 2 floors made and a chassis there as well, or both chassis, I should say, or a spare one, sorry. That's a spare one that's going to get made. But we have to go to performance targets, so we're not going to have the new floor even for this one, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. It just takes time. We rushed it, and even with the rush, it didn't come in time, but that's fine. Qualifying position, well, I'm hoping to reach Q3 for both drivers, and then finishing position, I'm hoping, I'm going to say 1 driver in the top 10, because if Guan Yu Zhou qualifies outside the top top 10. Monaco's Monaco. It's going to be pretty hard to overtake, I reckon, even in the game. FP1, Portier and Guan Yu Zhou, very closely matched, actually, there. Only 2/10 between them. P12 and 13, though, maybe showing a little bit of weakness, maybe with our car. I mean, it depends on where Bottas places. But potentially now, such a high downforce circuit, maybe our car, I mean, remember, I think we're lacking maybe potentially in that department. I don't know. Let's see. One thing's for certain, Monaco, even in practice, looking really, really epic on this game. It's just sick to see all these circuits, that obviously we've seen plenty of in F1 22. They just look, they're obviously, because the engine, it's the Unreal Engine versus the Ego Engine for Codemasters. It just, it has that different look in a really cool, unique way, and it still looks awesome. Really, really pretty. 91% setup confidence towards the end of FP2. No crashes this time for Valtteri, so smooth sailing, really smooth sailing. I'm happy with that. I'm actually kind of calm now. I'll just send him out, I think, on a kind of vanity soft tire run just to see what he can do, really. But, no, very happy with that. 91, I'll take that. We could probably tweak it a little bit more, but I think I'll leave that to FP3 to do one last tweak. But for now, I'll just send him out on a vanity run, and we're going to call Joe in pretty soon once he gets his 5 out of 5, and we can see what he's saying for his setup. 90 for him, 90 for him. Okay, that's good, that's good. All in all, not a bad day in the office. Bottas up into P5 after he strapped on the soft tyres, but I think Alpine look a bit better around here. So I have a bit of a gut feeling they're going to be a bit of a tougher fight, maybe potentially with Mercedes in qualifying. Joe, P10 on the bubble. It's going to be tight for sure. I think it's so crucial for us to try and qualify as high as we can here, because just like in real life, the race is going to be very difficult maybe to overtake. I don't know. Maybe it won't be. We'll see. It's the first time ever we're going to do Monaco here on this F1 Manager 22 game. Maybe it's going to be quite raceable. We'll see. FP3, bit of a curveball. There is some moderate rain out there, so let's hope there's no crashes for our drivers in this final session where we maybe try and tweak this setup to that final bit. Multiple cars in FP3. We look at this swimming pool and, well, the cameras aren't even finding where the crash potentially is. Oh, there we go. Oh, big T-bone collision between, I think that's Norris and one of the Haas cars. Virtual safety car in FP3. Wow. Only at Monaco, huh? Only at Monaco is there going to be a virtual safety car in this situation. So we just kind of chill out, really, for a bit. And there's another crash in FP3. This time, Hamilton involved. Oh, the AlphaTauri causes a big pile up here. You know what? At this rate, I think there's going to be devastation. There's another replay. Is this for the same incident? Yeah, but I think it might be a different angle. At this rate, there's going to be some serious carnage in Quali or the race. Wow. All in all, pretty good day in the office then. I know, there was a lot of rain and then a dry period at the end where we got a bit of a vanity run in. But 3 and 4, 3 and 5 is not a bad way to enter qualifying in terms of just a bit of confidence maybe added to our drivers. In terms of the setups, in the end, 94 with Bottas. We couldn't get it any better than 90 with Joe in the time we had in the conditions. Track climatization 61. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite Valtteri at all by sitting at FP1 for Portier. And I'm very happy we got to 94, to be honest, because that was a really good tweak at the end of it. All right, qualifying time then for Monaco. Perhaps the most important qualifying of the entire season. There is no rain, it would seem, so we're going to get a banker lap in early. Just in case, but I'll leave it just a tiny moment. Then let's send out Bottas, and then, yeah, okay, so a good amount of space there you can see for Bottas and Joe, to be fair, as well. If we ride on board with him. Only Albon just ahead, but thrilling to actually see Monaco on board on this game from the car perspective. From the T-cam there, as I said, in practice. Looks lovely. But, yeah, this is the most important qualifying session of the entire season. So I'm really hoping they can perform well. If they do, I think we're on for a good result, because I imagine it's going to be hard to overtake. Right, Bottas with a 1:11.4. Let's see what Joe is going to do as we go through the final corners. Russell nearly 8 tenths off Bottas. That's quite promising. We catch the Williams a little bit there in the final corner. Let's see, what will Joe do? It is a 1... Ooh, okay. Or like a 1:12 something. 8 tenths off Bottas. That's quite a considerable gulf. I think that means there's more in the tank there with Joe, to be honest. And probably Russell as well. Because Gasly, if he's up there beating Russell, then there's definitely time on the table. Right, sent Guanyu Zhou out again. I think we're safe with Bottas. I think we can afford just to save the soft tyres, but we just got ahead, just ahead of Magnussen, so that's very good, and we got some clean air ahead of us, so that was a really just about perfectly timed situation there. So let's speed this up and see, hopefully no traffic. Yeah, Zhou's got a clean track through this entire lap. Even at the end of the lap, he's going to be fine, and we'll join back on board with him on the shoulder cam. Let's go. It's a green first sector, yellow this second though, which is unfortunate. Let's see what he can do. Hopefully an improvement of sorts. Cross the line, and it is by only about 1/10 though, up into P8. That's a bit concerning. He might, well, depending on how close things are, he might be right on the cusp, you know. I mean, we had that last time out. Leclerc's still got to set a time, and you'd imagine the McLarens will improve, so we could be down 3 positions. I think hopefully we'll be okay. Right, end of the session. They're all going to fly in. Let's see. Let's hope that they're all good. Checkered flag's falling. Let's go. Ooh, things getting a bit close there. Bottas is fine. Zhou's going to be fine. Yeah, all good. Through into Q2. Lovely. So, people got knocked out. Pretty much the usual suspects, to be honest. But Tsunoda there and Magnussen with penalties. So, there must have been some sort of incident between Stroll, Tsunoda, and Magnussen. So, they will drop down the order. So, that could definitely change the opening grid. And Leclerc! Oh! Leclerc has a grid penalty. What happened for him? We didn't see anything. Nothing came up on the replay camera. So, Leclerc's got a penalty. So, the championship leader is going to be down the order in Monaco, no matter what, even if he's on pole. All right, Zhou puts in his time, a 1:12.6. Don't think that's a very good lap time. If we look at Q1, that's actually a pretty horrendous lap time, so he's going to have to go again for sure. Let's see what Valtteri can do, though, as he swings through the tunnel. Epic shot, epic shot. Final corners, Sainz up there. I mean, Sainz showing really how it's done with a 1:11 dead, 1.5 ahead of Zhou and Norris. Bottas, what can he do across the line? And it is going to be 4/10 off the Ferrari, about 5/10 really. That's a bit more like it, but Zhou has a lot of improvement on that second run to do then. Oh, it started raining. Oh! It started raining. Oh no, that's not good for Zhou, who wants to do a second lap. I mean, it might not be good for a lot of people out there, because the 2 Red Bulls haven't gone out. The 2 Red Bulls haven't set a lap time. Oh, they've had a nightmare. Leclerc's not set one either. He's out there right now on sauce, but look how wet it is. It is well into intermediate conditions, and Hamilton's not set a time either. All these guys, they've had a howler by not getting that early lap in. And so this may just gift a very good position to the likes of Sainz, ourselves, Norris, Russell, Zhou, and Tsunoda. Surely Leclerc's lap time is not going to be great. What's it going to be? Hamilton crosses the line. What's he going to do? It's not going to be great, is it? Oh, no. Hamilton's starting his lap. Oh, dear. And Leclerc's 18 seconds off. Oh, they've had a stinker. They've had a stinker. Hamilton's only just starting his lap, for goodness sake. What's this water saying on track? It's going to dry up a little bit right at the end of the session. So there might be half a chance of people going out again. Verstappen's not even set a time. He's setting one now. What's he going to do? What's he even going to do? Verstappen is literally the only man not to set a lap time. He's setting it on intermediates. Hamilton's down in P14. Leclerc, forget Leclerc's grid drop. He's going to be knocked out in Q2. P11, if that's like a 5-place grid penalty, he's going to be P15. If it's a 10-place, he's down in last place at his home race. Verstappen actually sets up into P7. So even though Red Bull had a bit of a howler with that whole situation, because of the pace of the Inter tyre still being okay than Leclerc's time on, the softs on a damp circuit, Verstappen could still make it through to the top 10 shooter and be on for pole maybe later, whilst his main rival, Leclerc, well, he's going to have to hope he can get through into here on those Inters, but I think we're safe with Zhou, surely. Yeah, there's 2 out there. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. It's just about what these guys do, basically, because the checker flag's fallen. So that's it for everyone pretty much. But I don't know why these guys have bothered to go out on Inters. But Leclerc right here, this is the big one. I mean, for us, Hamilton, that could be one less Mercedes to worry about in the race tomorrow. The man we've been fighting so often this season so far. But Leclerc, in P12, He's got a penalty of some kind, we already know, but this is just to try and get him as high as he can, to allow him to qualify as high as he can in Q3 at least, to negate that grid penalty. Can he even get through into that final session? We're going to find out. I mean, he's had some horrendous luck at Monaco IRL. And in the game, across the line, and he does get through. And Verstappen, by the skin of his teeth, survives. Hamilton, ironically, could actually displace him, though. Let's see. Hamilton. Oh, he does it! Oh, wow! Oh, drama! Max Verstappen, he had an open goal today, because Leclerc's got a grid drop, and instead, he's knocked out. He'll be starting the Monaco Grand Prix in P11. You can see Tsunoda and Leclerc have grid penalties, so Verstappen probably will be elevated to minimum P9, you would say, on the grid. But that still leaves Sainz up there to get pole. And remember, Sainz is actually not too far off in the Drivers' Championship to Leclerc and Verstappen. So the Spaniard could be turning this into a three-way championship fight. For us, P2 and 5, we've saved tyres, all bless. Now we've just got to try and see what we can do versus Russell. But we know Hamilton is also going to be there as well. But no Alpines, which is surprising. One AlphaTauri, though. And now in Q3, it is dry once again. Right, Joe with his first flyer. I think he had Hamilton for company right behind him. Don't know if he held him up at all and overtook him on the outlap across the line. It is a oh, that's horrendous. 113. What the hell's going on there for Joe? I mean, I know the track rubber's low after the rain, but that's still a shocking first lap there for Joe. I mean, it's a good thing he's in the top 10, so minimum P10 today, but you can run again with a second lap time, of course, but I just don't know what's going on there for him. I mean, let's see what Bottas can do, because maybe it's just the track conditions. Bottas across the line. It's going to be a 1:11 something, I think. 1:11.4. 2.3 ahead of Joe. What the hell has gone on? I think I think he must have had to overtake that Mercedes car to start his lap or on his lap. Surely. Bottas, really good lap time, that. 1:11.4. That's about 5 tenths off what Sainz did in Q1, wasn't it? Or Q2. So as things stand then, we've got 3 minutes 50 left in the session. Bottas at the moment is on the second row alongside Russell. Leclerc's on provisional pole, but remember he has a penalty. Perez second. So that could get us onto the first row if it stays like this. But Sainz is there. He definitely is going to be on for pole, I think. So I think we're lucky to aim for the second row if we can somehow manage to stay ahead of Russell. And then with Joe, he needs a massive improvement here. Right, Joe on his flying lap. First sector is going to be green. The checker flag's fallen, so this is it. Leclerc on provisional pole, but Sainz surely is going to be looking to go better. Where is he on track? Sainz is... Oh, he's gone. There, he's done. Oh, he didn't get pole. Sainz second. Leclerc may get pole in terms of in this session and then be moved down the grid. Perez goes across the line. Only P3. Where's Russell? What's Russell saying? Oh, Gasly's popped in quicker than Russell, you know. That's very interesting. Russell's there. Like, let's see what Russell does. Joe's on 2 greens. Ooh, Bottas with a yellow in the first sector. Has he got traffic? No, he doesn't. Hamilton goes up. Russell, what can he do? Can he go better than Bottas? No, he can't. So Bottas will be P4. Could be higher, though. Guan Yu Zhou, 2 greens from P10 to P8. It's been a shocking qualifying for Guan Yu Zhou. 2 yellows for Bottas. Can't improve his lap time. But doesn't matter. P4, Leclerc with a penalty. So we will be on the second row alongside Lewis Hamilton, that must mean, on the grid. Because Leclerc will drop, Tsunoda will drop, so Guan Yu Zhou... Oh, I mean, if Leclerc has a 10-place penalty, Guan Yu Zhou could be P7. If not, then he'll be P8, and Leclerc will be moved down to P6 if he has a 5-place, I guess. But we'll be on the second row, surely, with these grid penalties. So very interesting Monaco race ahead of us. Verstappen P11, maybe going to gain 1 position to Tsunoda. Leclerc will be down here, and we'll be on the second row. So if it is indeed going to be hard to overtake, like in real life, we could be on for a very good race once again with Bottas. So now into race day, but the game is not showing where the actual grid order is going to be. So this is actually how it ended in qualifying, but you've got all these grid penalties to look at. I think strategy-wise, looking at a medium to hards, I mean, maybe the soft... I mean, maybe Valtteri can use the softs, actually, because he's actually really good on his tyres. So, actually, we'll go softs for Valtteri. I think with Joe, we'll go medium to hards, because he's just not as good on his tyres. And maybe we can go longer on the medium compound to get some track position somehow, potentially. We'll see about that, but I think that's the best way to go about it, because I think Valtteri can do some really good work to get track position early on the soft compound. Fuel-wise, going to put 2 laps less of fuel, because it is Monaco. I think we can conserve a lot later in the race and still save that fuel back.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. And there's Valtteri Bottas. They're up in 3rd position, tantalisingly close to pole. And there's Joe, down the grid. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. The race start is mere seconds away. It's time for one of the most exciting races in the world. This is the Monaco Grand Prix. It's lights out.
It's Monaco time, baby. And from P3 on the grid, Bottas with a good getaway down the inside of Sergio Perez. Come on, Valtteri, let's go. Up into P2. Guan Yu Zhou, P8, battling there with Lando Norris, I think that is. Let's ride on board as he's having to go. Russell, I think Norris behind, got caught up in fighting the Red Bull. So Zhou maintains P8. That Red Bull, remember, is Verstappen, and Leclerc is in P4. So this is a big opportunity for Sainz and Leclerc to gain on Verstappen. I mean, well, Verstappen's actually one of the cars chasing in the championship. So technically for him, as we go through that iconic hairpin shot, Verstappen's got to try and chase after Leclerc. Sainz is the big winner today. He could actually take the lead of the championship, maybe potentially, but wow, what a getaway from Valtteri Bottas. So early days, Bottas, just like in Spain, sitting behind a Ferrari, doing quite well. And like in Spain, he's got Perez behind him. I'm hoping Perez won't be a threat and we can just sit like this with Zhou. Bit of a different story. He's closing up to Russell. We've got to try and do something. It's going to be a long old race, but, you know, and overtaking is going to be hard, I think. But we'll have to try our best, maybe. Okay, Bottas has just set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix on lap 5, which is pretty incredible. We're 3/10 behind Sainz. Obviously, Sainz was actually pretty quick as the leader, but because he's got no DRS, he's kind of pulling us along. And like we've seen in F122, you know, when we're driving behind AI, we're managing Bottas's race in the way where Sainz is the horse to our carriage and is pulling us along. And we've got a 2.3 gap to Perez, who is struggling to keep up, and he's holding up Leclerc, which is good news for us in terms of being attacked for P2. So we didn't get P2 last time in Spain. Could we get P2? I mean, we once again might finish behind Carlos Sainz, like we did in Spain, but both of us will be up 1 position, which would be pretty amazing. I mean, we'll just see how it goes. Right now, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we've got a long race to go. It's lap 6 of 78, but it's looking good. Meanwhile, with Guan Yu Zhou, he's got Verstappen for company behind, and then he's got Russell ahead in this very tight-knit pack. I don't know. I think Verstappen's probably going to try and overtake us. Maybe a bit of desperation will come in, and we've got to be ready for that because, I don't know, maybe try and spring a surprise on Russell if we can. All of us in a DRS train right now, though. Zhou is feeling the pressure from Verstappen. We're losing a bit of time to Russell, and the gap is actually now over a second. So I think we're going to start pushing a little bit on this tyre, push the fuel a bit, and try and close up a bit to Russell to re-get that DRS, just because I'm concerned about Verstappen maybe in DRS, maybe goes for a big lunge. But generally speaking, it is all level. Sainz still in P1. Behind is ourselves with Bottas. We're now just outside of 1 second because we're lifting and coasting to save some fuel. We'll go back to balanced. But Perez is well outside our DRS behind, and Leclerc is in his DRS, and he might even try and go for a move here. No, not quite, not quite. Right, we've got a lot of fuel under for Zhou, so now going conserve. In this pack, we should be able to save that fuel, though. But we're pushing on the tyres because Russell's pressurising Gasly. Maybe there's a mistake, I don't know. But I just want to stick with them because Verstappen's right there. So we'll just stick with them, save the fuel. If we have to settle for the P8, and P2. I'm not going to be too disappointed. We did the good work in qualifying, and the chaos ensued in qualifying to get us the result. Right, sit rep then through this race. Lap 21. Sainz 3 seconds ahead of our man Bottas, who is now being caught by Perez and Leclerc as a twosome, because we're also caught up behind some traffic with the Williams there. There is Perez and Leclerc, but I'm hoping, just like with Joe, that Red Bull can't overtake us, even with DRS. But this Williams needs to get out of the way, thank you. Might even push Bottas a bit just to pull away, but I mean, I don't think there's any point, because realistically, we're not actually going to be able to fight Sainz. I mean, I know we fought him at Spain, but this is Monaco, it's different. And to be fair, he looks like he's in an absolute groove and a half. Right, I'm going to go for deploy on Joe to maybe try and attack Russell out of the tunnel. I'm kind of hoping dumps a lot of the ERS here on attack mode. Could he do something? He is gaining. He's gaining. Will he make a dive? No, no, it's difficult. It is difficult out here. It is difficult. Might actually be able to make a move, though, on the next straight. He's quite close now. So we just hit deploy here and then go attack. Maybe, if we push fuel, maybe we can make an overtake happen into turn 1 with DRS. Oh, Russell's slow, and we're down the inside. No, he's lifted off. Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Oh, no. Oh, that was it, maybe. That was it, maybe. Oh, my. I just paused it at the right time because I just saw in the corner of my eye, Perez, the little cheeky man, is looking to overtake us here. He's somehow got a... I think he's got a better tyre wear, maybe. Oh, he's on the mediums. That's why. He's on mediums. Everyone else is on softs here with me. So his tyres are better because he set the fast lap of the Grand Prix. So he's actually going for an overtake. We're literally level pegging 0-0 here. If I go attack mode, can I try and dump some ERS here? Pushing on the fuel. Right, I'll click play. Can we stay ahead? Can we stay ahead? Oh, yes we can! Thank God for that. Jeez. Right, I'm going to micromanage this now, because Bottas will probably get overtaken soon, if not. Right, I'm going to go defensive ERS here. Push the fuel a tad. Balanced. Just to stay ahead of Perez. We're dumping the ERS at this point. Really dumping it. Really using it all the way up this hill to stay ahead. There we go. And then we can harvest again. Meanwhile, for Joe...
Copy.
Is he closing up to Russell, maybe? DRS will be available to him. Can he close up and make a move? Come on. Second time lucky, please. Make the dive. No. No dive. No dive. No dice. Perez is gaining. Oh, God. This could be close. This should be close. Defend. All right. Harvest. Save fuel. Right. Defend. Balanced. Okay. Perez. He's going to pull through. DRS open for him. And again, just using the ERS at the right time to push away up this hill. Verstappen's actually attacking us, maybe. And Verstappen may have us because we've closed DRS because of a lapped car. No! This Williams has just caused us to lose the position to Verstappen. Who is it? Is it Latifi? I bet it is. It is Latifi. Yep, that's Latifi. Great. Thank you for that, mate. Thank you for that. Watch this. Joe has to close DRS and gets caught up behind Latifi. And that allows Verstappen to go through. Agent Latifi. We always knew he was on the Red Bull payroll, didn't we? That's frustrating because we're now going to find it very difficult to get past Verstappen. That may be us down settling for P9 now, unfortunately. Meanwhile, for Bottas, I kind of forgot about him for a second. Let's hope he's not been overtaken by Perez. No, he's not. Tyres a bit on the edge now. Let's see what Sainz does, though. He's in the pits. Sainz is pitting. Let's go for one more push lap. Right, Bottas is going to come in. We're going to save on the fuel as he comes in. And there we go. So Perez will now lead the race, but he's in a bit of a different race to us, to be honest. Meanwhile, for Guan Yu Zhou, he's got yellow on the... what is that? No, wait, hang on. What... I don't know what's going on. Oh, no, okay, there's nothing wrong with this car. He's just in the pit window, and he's one lap over it. Well, I think we continue on a little bit with him, because I just want to see in case something happens, maybe. Let's push on fuel and continue on. Bottas is in, though. Hopefully ahead of Gasly. Yes. Oh, no, just on the exit. Push, 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 man. Deploy. Yes. Okay, we stay ahead. Right, Leclerc's come in, and Leclerc has come out ahead of us. Ahead of us. So our podium is going away from us a little bit because the Ferrari car is just too quick. And Leclerc in clean air just pushed and got ahead of us. We couldn't stay out any longer because our softs were going off. So fair play. Looks like Ferrari are going to have a very good race versus Verstappen here today. We might have to settle for, well, fighting Perez for P3. I just need to, well, the thing is, I'm really worried that his tyres are going to be so good that he's just going to jump us and we might have to settle for P4 after all of this. Right, I'm keeping Joe out just in case there's some kind of safety car. Where is Perez? Where is Perez? Perez is in the pits. He's coming out. Bottas, he's nowhere near him. Deploy. Oh, Perez is there at turn 1 already. Nah, we've lost it. We've lost the podium. Oh, it was a nice pipe dream, but the overall pace of Sainz, Perez, Leclerc was just too much for us today. We might have a chance of closing up to Perez. Or Leclerc even, because actually Perez is in second. So Perez actually was astronomically quicker than us, because not only did Leclerc jump us anyway, Perez has jumped Leclerc, so Perez actually wasn't even racing us, he was racing Leclerc, and he's not even racing Leclerc because he's 2.6 ahead, so really it was just a pipe dream that we were going to maybe be on for another podium at Monaco. That would have been quite cool, back-to-back podiums. But let's take a reality check of where we are. We're still Alfa Romeo, and we've still got plenty of work to do with this car, but P4 is still going to be pretty damn awesome, I would say. With Joe, P5, we're just going on, really, just in case there's some kind of safety car, potentially. I don't know. You never know. There's a 20-second gap from Verstappen to Tsunoda. I reckon we can fit in easily into there. It says if I pit, it will be P9. So that's exactly, you know, where we'd slot in. So that gap there from Tsunoda to Verstappen at this point in the circuit, who's now closing up to Russell, I think because of that gap, let's just keep Joe out and just let's hope and pray to the F1 gods that we get some luck with a safety car. He deserves some after what happened in Spain. There is an overtake here. Hamilton and Guan Yu Zhou, who's just going long on these tyres just in case there's a safety car. You may as well, but he's overtaken him because his tyres are very, very weak right now. But we're still very much in the window of getting out in P9, so no harm done. And you just never know. You just never know. I've just worked out we can get to lap 44. Oh, Joe overtakes, Gasly overtakes Joe. If we can get to lap 44, as Gasly makes a sensational overtake out the tunnel there. So there is some action here in Monaco, and it's all because of our driver. So you're welcome. You're welcome. But I've just worked out we can get through to lap 44. We could go onto the softs with Joe and just see how that goes, just for a laugh. Oh, there's a crash. Oh, Perez has crashed at turn 1. Oh, is it with Leclerc? Oh, Leclerc's tried to overtake him, is he not? Oh, yes! Leclerc's hit Perez into turn 1. Is there a safety car? Is there going to be a safety car? Where's Perez? No, there he is. He's going very slow, though. So it's a 1-2 for Ferrari, controversially, after Leclerc has hit Perez. Joe's trundling around very slowly, and I'm just waiting. Is there no safety car? No safety car there. That's annoying. And now we need to pit, because now we are within the pit window of... Right, so we're in Joe. He's going to come in. He might even come out behind Tsunoda now. And Bottas overtakes Perez. Oh, it's because Perez is going so slow with the damage. So Bottas, all of a sudden now, is back into the podium. Yes! Come on! Joe's in. He's maybe going to be behind Tsunoda now, which is annoying, because the safety car never came. But we're now on softs, so we can have some fun here, maybe. He's going to come out. Ooh. No, he's come out ahead of Tsunoda still. The pit thing. This thing told me I was going to come out in P11, but we've come out in P9 still. That was the position we are in. Where is Tsunoda? So we're here. Tsunoda's there. Okay, so it was quite close, but we're still ahead of Tsunoda. So we've not lost anything, and we're actually now close to one Sergio Perez on medium tyres. But this is how far Sainz has been. He's coming up to lap us. Right, so it's sit rep of things on lap 58. 20 laps to go in this Monaco GP. Sainz 12 seconds ahead of Leclerc, comfortably dominating this one. I mean, Ferrari dominating this one with a 1-2. A whopping 48 seconds back is Bottas, and now Hamilton is in DRS range with 20 laps to go. But just like before, we're going to try our best to keep him at bay. we're both on the hard tyres. We've actually got better tyre wear than him as well. So I'm hoping we could be able to just hold this through for the podium. In the other story, Joe not really been able to catch Perez at all, but Tsunoda's not really hampered us. So we're kind of in no man's land in P9. And it's kind of all on Verstappen looking to overtake Gasly. And then he may even try and close up on us with Hamilton and Bottas. So by the end of this race, I'm actually going to predict that potentially, as we need to press defend against Hamilton, potentially by the end of this race, we're going to be defending against Hamilton and Verstappen. And the trolley train is forming now behind Bottas. 18 laps to go. Hamilton's in DRS range, Gasly and Verstappen in DRS range, and we continue just to play around with defend and harvest to stay ahead. I'm just really worried at some point Hamilton actually goes for the dive and is able to get that jump, but for now we're good. Oh, there's a Williams that's got in the way. Yes, yes, Williams. Is that Albon? No, it's Latifi. Okay, so Latifi's paying us back a little bit by holding up Hamilton there and this whole train, basically. So a bit of breathing room for Bottas. And Hamilton's been held up again. Oh, what's happened there? Oh, Hamilton made a mistake of some kind because there's no lap car. Oh, the Ferrari lapped him. Oh, Sainz lapped Hamilton, Gasly, Verstappen. Oh, wow. 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 Sainz has lapped Verstappen and Hamilton here, and he's going to lap us. Wow. Sainz and Ferrari, look at that. Sainz and Ferrari are on a different level today. Kind of because of us, because we're just here holding everyone up, but I don't care. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't let him through. Don't let him through. We have to let Sainz through. We have to be very careful in the ERS there to go to defense at the right time to stop that overtake happening. Right, back in this just defense and harvest pattern for the next however many laps, 12 laps. And Tsunoda has overtaken Joe because his soft tyres have really gone off. So I tried to just be, I don't know, just try something a bit clever maybe. I don't know, I saw there was a big gap. Thought, oh, let's just chuck on the softs. That won't be any bother. Unfortunately, his tyres are so off the cliff that he is not great on them. I mean, we may as well go attack a bit and try and see if we can re-overtake the position maybe. But I'm more focused now on Bottas's podium. Because this is, I'm literally going defense mode for this straight, this next straight after turn 1, and then going harvest every lap manually. I'm having to do it to make sure we keep ahead. Right, Norris gets past Guan Yu Zhou on the inside of turn 1, and he will lose out on the P10. It was only 1 point to be fair though, so what's it? A big difference. But the big difference here is with Bottas, we are defending successfully for this last final lap because the Ferraris are 1 lap ahead of us all. So this is our last lap basically. So Sainz wins it. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari and a very dominant 1-2 for Ferrari. But the big result of the day is once again with us because Bottas makes it back-to-back podiums from Spain to Monaco. What a drive from Valtteri. Some real good strategic work with the ERS to keep ahead of Hamilton, Gasly and Verstappen. Obviously, Perez's crash because of Leclerc's love tap, helped us out a lot. So it's a 1-2-3 Ferrari engines. It's a dominant, absolute dominant win for Ferrari. 1-2, Sainz wins it. And well could take the lead of the championship. We'll get pretty damn close. Guan Yu Zhou finishes up in P12. It would have been P9 maximum. So we lost out on 2 points. I'm not really that fussed about that. 2 points versus 0, hardly anything. He just didn't have any pace after that first round of pit stops when we tried to maybe wait for a safety car. Back-to-back podiums, absolutely insane for Valtteri. He is driving, he's a new man. He's a new man at Alfa Romeo here, and he's our star man. But look at that, Sainz does indeed take the lead of the Drivers' Championship by 5 points to Leclerc. Verstappen's still in it though, 10 points back from Leclerc, so it's all still to play for. But it's a 3-way fight now in our first ever season F1 Manager career mode. It's a 3-way fight in the championship. Bottas remains in P4 in the Drivers' Championship. And with that fantastic Monaco race, that's where we're going to end it off today, guys. So be sure to hit that like button. Once again, we get a podium. So can we maybe match what we did last episode in terms of the like counts? Be sure to smash the like button if you like that podium there at Monaco. if you are new around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.